The 2018 MLB season is finally finished for my beloved Cincinnati Reds, and if I could sum up the year in one word, it would be disappointing. I thought this team would finish around the 500 mark at the very best and show some signs of progression. Instead, they finished at the bottom of the National League Central with a record of 67 and 95. So what went wrong for the Reds this year? Let's take a look. Pitching was by far the biggest weakness for the Reds in 2018, with the poster child for the pitching struggles being Homer Bailey. He had a horrendous season, having a record of 1-14 with an ERA of 6.09, and that one win came in May. He was pitching so bad that the Reds shut him down before the season ended. Weeks before the season ended. The Reds just need to eat his contract and cut him loose, in my opinion. Other pitchers such as Luis Castillo and Anthony DeSclafani had roller coaster rise of seasons. They had brilliant starts in one game, then they would follow that up with a disappointing start in another. Also, they brought up pitchers like Robert Stevenson, who struggled again this year, and he continued to prove why he does not deserve to be on the big league roster. That's why he spent most of 2018 in AAA. In a bold move for the Reds, they traded away catcher Devin Mesoraco to the New York Mets in exchange for pitcher Matt Harvey. Harvey was decent at best, but he was nothing spectacular, and the Reds tried to flip him. They managed to garner some interest from the Milwaukee Brewers, but nothing could be finalized, and Harvey could very well walk at the end of the season, as he is a free agent and there's no guarantee he's going to re-sign with the Reds. If I had to pick a couple bright spots from the starting rotation in 2018, I'd say those bright spots are Tyler Mahle and Cody Reed. Tyler Mahle did struggle a little bit, but he also showed signs of what he can be given more time with the big league club. And Cody Reed, even though he was brought up and sent back down, the Reds brought him back up toward the end of the season. He pitched lights out for the most part. I'm very excited to see what he can do in 2019. The bullpen was a mixed bag. Guys like Jared Hughes and David Hernandez were pretty solid for most of the year. However, other guys like Amir Garrett and Raisel Iglesias had their ups and downs throughout the season. But by far the best relief pitcher for the team this year was Michael Lorenzen. He was pitching so well that the Reds actually moved him from the bullpen to the starting rotation toward the end of the year. Moving on from the pitching, let's go into the defensive side of the diamond. Skewer Jeanette and Joey Votto did pretty well at second and first, and Eugenio Suarez and Jose Peraza continued to progress at third and shortstop respectively. The outfield was kind of a mixed bag. You had Phillip Ervin, Scott Schebler, Jesse Winker, and Billy Hamilton. All four pretty solid, with of course Billy Hamilton being the best with his killer speed, showing why he is the best center fielder in baseball today and definitely worthy of a Gold Glove award. However, Jesse Winker got hurt when he was heating up, so his season was cut short, but when Phillip Ervin took over mainly as the starting outfielder, he did okay too. The offensive production was by far the biggest highlight for this team in 2018. Skewer Jeanette was in contention for a batting title, Eugenio Suarez was an RBI machine, and even though Joey Votto had a down year by Joey Votto standards, his numbers were still fantastic. Scott Schebler seemed to thrive as a leadoff hitter, and Jose Peraza and Jesse Winker showed great progression at the plate, with Peraza becoming one of the more consistent batters in the Reds lineup. The Breakout Hitter of the Year award, however, goes to Michael Lorenzen. Yes, relief pitcher turned starting pitcher Michael Lorenzen. He has proven to be the most versatile guy on the Reds roster. He was a pinch runner, and whenever he came in to hit, he would hit home runs, even a grand slam. The Reds had him pinch hit a couple times throughout the season, and if he is featured as a bobblehead next year, I hope it's him batting and not pitching. The one glaring problem at the plate, however, has been the same problem since 2014, and you might have guessed it, that is Billy Hamilton. For as good as he is on defense, on offense, he stinks. He has not shown really any signs of progression at the plate, and he's been on the big league roster since 2014. So should Reds fans look forward to the 2019 Major League Baseball season? Absolutely. The lineup this year showed that it can hit, and hopefully that continues next year. Plus, with guys like Nick Senzel making noise in the farm system, there's a lot of hope for this lineup going forward. The pitching, however, could make it for a long season if it continues to fall into that roller coaster pattern. The starting rotation and the bullpen both need improvement, but we do have Hunter Green in the minor leagues who is doing pretty well, and the Reds have made known that they plan on spending some money to get a big name pitcher in to help foster these young guys. Hopefully, Reed and Mahle both continue to progress, and that should brighten the rotation a little bit in 2019. The Reds are also in the midst of a search for a new manager. Brian Price was fired very early into the season after the poor start that the Reds had to start 2018. Jim Riggleman was named as interim manager, and he did interview for the full-time manager position, as did Billy Hatcher, Freddie Benavidez, and John Farrell. Barry Larkin was thought to be the prime candidate for the manager position, but he withdrew his name, saying he'd like to work with the minor league team for a little bit more. He has made known in the past that he would only accept the manager's position if he felt the team was trending in the right direction, and clearly they are not. Hopefully though, they reverse that trend starting in 2019, get to at least 500, and give Reds country some hope moving forward. It's been a long time since we've seen a World Series championship in Cincinnati. 1990 to be exact. I wasn't even born yet. I would love to see the Reds win a World Series. Hopefully 2019 is the first step in bringing that World Series back to Cincinnati.